What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here to talk about some late round tight ends on Underdog that you can get late in your best ball drafts. While you're coming in, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. And of course, if you have not yet signed up for Underdog, we still have a fantastic deal for you. If you use the link in the description of this video, when you sign up, you can get access to our best ball rankings, all of our best ball stuff on Stokastic, along with that first deposit match bonus up to $100. So you're going to get that standard pretty much everywhere, that $100 deposit match bonus when you sign up at Underdog. But if you use our link, you're going to get that. And on top of that, you're going to get our best ball package, which includes Matt Kajeski's best ball rankings. You're going to want those because you can export them directly from Stokastic into a CSV that you can then upload directly onto Underdog. You'll have access to those. It's a really fantastic deal. So check that out if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet. I think it's a deal that you should take advantage of. In this video, though, I'm going to be talking about some late round tight ends. I'm going to be talking about two tight ends that you have to pick before pick 180 on average, according to ADP. They have ADPs before pick 180, who I'm not really drafting, and then three tight ends that I do really like drafting after pick 180. And I got to be honest with you, this was not an easy video for me to make. Every offseason, literally every tight end in the NFL gets crazy hype. I think more than any other position, probably. Guys who were mediocre last year, suddenly they're saying it's going to be the next big thing. He's going to be great this year. And then the season comes, and more often than not, the tight ends are just mediocre once again. You can make a long list of pros and cons for just about every late round tight end. I did my best here to separate the good from the bad, but ultimately, a lot of this list comes down to there's very little separating our late round tight ends, and I'd rather wait for the guys you can draft later rather than reach in for tight ends that I think have similar floor and ceiling combos to late round tight ends. So I'll start with one tight end that I've had a really hard time clicking all drafting season, and that is Chig Okonkwo. A lot of people are going to hate hearing that. Chig Okonkwo, he has an ADP of 126.6 currently on Underdog. And I'll start with the major pros. The reason that he is being drafted so early, so you can weigh those against the reason that I haven't been drafting Chig. The biggest positive for Okonkwo is that he was great last year as a rookie. Among tight ends who were targeted at least 30 times, Okonkwo received the third best receiving grade overall from PFF as a rookie, behind only Travis Kelce and George Kittle, ahead of Dallas Goedert and Mark Andrews. That is great company. It's extra impressive when you consider he was a rookie, and tight ends historically struggle to produce their rookie year. So a lot of positives there for Okonkwo. Definitely had a great rookie year. I get why there's hype. However, I think we need to be a little bit cautious with that sample size. Okonkwo was a fourth round draft pick. He played 17 games as a rookie, starting 8, and he was only targeted 46 times. He had 32 receptions for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. He plays on a team that just doesn't pass a lot. In 2022, the Titans ranked 28th in the NFL with a 54% pass rate. They were even worse in pass rate over expectation, ranking 30th at negative 10.6%. That rate might come up this year, but any increase in pass rate might be offset by the new target competition in DeAndre Hopkins. Just gets tougher here for Chig Okonkwo. Ultimately, at his current ADP, Okonkwo is almost a full fade for me. I'd rather wait and draft tight ends with similar floor ceiling combos in the final rounds of the draft. So even with Austin Hooper out of town, I think DeAndre Hopkins more than offsets that. Even with Chig Okonkwo stepping into that clear number one tight end role, just I don't really see it with DeAndre Hopkins there. Rather than taking Okonkwo in the middle of the 11th round, I'd rather wait and take Dawson Knox at the 15-16 turn. Of course, Knox also has warts. He saw a decline from 71 targets in 2021 to 65 in 2022 and saw his touchdown catches drop from 9 to 6. While this decline was disappointing for those who drafted Knox pretty early last year, it was good enough for Knox to finish as the 14th best tight end on Underdog last year and within 11 fantasy points of being the TE7. He's currently being drafted as the TE22 on Underdog. He's still on one of the best offenses in the NFL, and he's still playing on a 4-year, $54 million contract with $31 million guaranteed. Knox should get plenty of run this year, and he should easily pay off his current ADP of around 180. One more tight end that I'm having trouble clicking other than in stacks is Irv Smith Jr., who has an ADP of 155.8. Admittedly, the situation seems great. Smith joins a great offense that loves to pass in Cincinnati, but there are some big obstacles for him. The first is that Smith might just not be very good. Of 43 tight ends who were targeted at least 30 times in 2022, Smith had the 39th best receiving grade from PFF. He also had trouble staying on the field, missing the entire 2021 season after tearing his meniscus and then playing only 8 games in 2022 after suffering a high ankle sprain. Even if he is able to stay on the field this year, and even if he is better than he was last year, which he very well could be, Smith will have to compete with Chase, Higgins, and Boyd for targets. There just doesn't seem to be a ton of upside here for Smith. I'm happy to take Smith in Bengal stacks when I'm just betting on the offense. Otherwise, I'll wait. For example, I'd prefer to draft the guy who just left the same situation in Cincinnati. That's Hayden Hurst. He currently has an ADP of 197 on Underdog. He wasn't exceptional last year, but he had PFF's 27th best receiving grade among tight ends with at least 30 targets, and he finished as the TE24 on Underdog, despite only catching 2 touchdowns. The quarterback play is going to be worse, going from one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Joe Burrow to rookie Bryce Young, but the situation overall still might be an upgrade for Hurst due to the lack of target competition in Carolina. Hurst will be competing with washed Adam Thielen, rookie Jonathan Mingo, and DJ Chark. The Panthers just signed Hurst to a 3-year, $22 million contract, so he's likely to play a significant role, and it never hurts to be a tight end playing with a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks often like to target their bigger middle field targets a little bit easier. I'm going to finish this video with another tight end I like at the end of drafts, going double HH here at the end, once again with Hunter Henry, who has an ADP of 213.6. Henry remains in a tight end timeshare this year. Jonnu Smith is gone. Patriots went out and got Mike Gesicki. Gesicki is expected to play a little bit more like a receiver this year, though, and even in a timeshare, Henry has been pretty good last year, and he was fantastic the year before that. Last year, Henry finished as the TE21, nothing to write home about, but he only scored 2 touchdowns. I'd expect some positive touchdown regression there. In 2021, we saw what Henry can be, the peak form of Hunter Henry when he caught 50 passes for 600 yards and 9 touchdowns. We'd take that all day. If you just split the difference between the past 2 seasons, Henry is going to be a great value at his current ADP. He's just 28 years old. He's in the final year of a 3-year, $37 million contract. He should be on the field and producing as well as ever. I'm definitely a buyer on Hunter Henry as well. So there you have it. 2 tight ends that I'm not really drafting this year much in Chigakonkwu and Irv Smith Jr. 3 that I like a lot more in Dawson Knox, Hunter Henry, and Hayden Hurst. You get all of those guys really late in drafts, and I would suggest that you should try to target them where they're going right now. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys once again for watching. Good luck this year.